Hey guys, it's LegoMatic9 and today I'm actually doing a Lego video. Yeah, I have been kind of busy lately with schoolwork. That's been really time consuming. Again, I did post the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, but this is the first Lego video in the last 2 weeks, so I apologize for having a little break there. But again, school has been time consuming lately. So today I have a very unexpected and special figure, and that is my custom Lego Guardians of the Galaxy Yondu Udonta. So it was very unexpected for me to make this because I was planning on just making Star-Lord and that was it, but I decided, why not make Yondu? Because he was one of my favorite characters out of the movie, mainly because he was played by Michael Rooker, who plays Meryl Dixon in The Walking Dead. So I decided to make Yondu because I thought he was really cool, and no one else had really done it before. So here he is, Yondu Udonta. So here is Yondu Udonta from Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, Yondu was one of my personal favorite characters in Guardians of the Galaxy, so I thought, why not make a Lego figure of him, since Lego didn't for some reason, even though they made a Nebula figure, even though I think Yondu got a little more screen time and played a little bigger of a role than Nebula, but whatever. I guess they had to add some more villains into the sets. But anyway, here is my custom Lego Yondu Udonta. So I made two accessories for him. One is this Brick Arms grenade, which I'm using as the orb from the movie. Credit for that idea goes to lots of Legos on Flickr and YouTube, so credit to him for that idea. And then his other accessory is his arrow that he uses in the movie, which is kind of his signature weapon. So this arrow was an antenna piece, which has a piece of flex tubing wrapped around it at one point so the figure can hold it. Then I painted it gold and added some red on there, so that's definitely pretty cool. Then I also made another arrow which cannot be gripped, so move Yondu over a little bit. So here's the arrow that cannot be gripped. It's basically just the same thing without the flex tubing, so this is pretty cool. I'm just going to set that aside. So I'm going to keep his accessories in his hands, at least for a little bit, because I had to paint the hands since the color I had to mix was pretty challenging. So Lego doesn't make a kind of bluish teal color, so I had to mix my own color, and that took me about an hour to get the correct color. So definitely a challenge with that. So I'm going to start off with the head for this figure. The head was a elf warrior or elf soldier, whatever you want to call it, from the collectible minifigures series, back like Series 3, Series 4, I forget, not exactly sure. So I took that and then I painted it in this kind of like neonish blue, kind of teal color. I don't really know what to call it, I'm just going to call it blue. So I painted it over that. And then I added other little details such as his cheekbones, his goatee, which has some blue hair on there as well as some white hair. And then I painted the little wrinkles under his eyes, then over in the corner of his eyes, then also his eyebrows, and then the wrinkles on his forehead, as you can see up there. So all those little details were painted in a apple barrel cobalt blue color just because I thought it stood out the most. Then also, you guys can't really see it, but his eyes, I initially had them red, but I didn't really like the look of it, so I decided to just kind of just dab some red on there and smear it around so it gave him a little reddish tint. Just wanted to add that little detail. His Mohawk was made out of green stuff, which is a sculpting putty. So I sculpted that on there and then painted it silver, and then dry brushed some red over there since his Mohawk glows red whenever he's active, when he's like using his arrow. I don't really know what to call it, a power or something. Not exactly sure what the technical term for that is. So I painted that with some red and black on the top just to give it a little more detail. So I'm going to actually show you guys the trench coat first and the arms, and I'll show you guys a separate view of the legs and the torso later once I have the trench coat off, because it's kind of hard to fold back the trench coat. So we're going to start off on this side. I'm going to take off his orb for right now. On this side of the trench coat, as you can see, he has the Ravager, like acorn kind of leaf symbol painted up at the top, and then has some other black designs painted all around. He's got some gold down here and a whole bunch of different black details painted around. He's got a little pouch right there, which is pretty cool. On this arm, I painted this arm in a dark red to match the trench coat. And I added his gauntlet on there, which is painted in a kind of lighter brown with some black accents to that. And then I painted on that blade that he has like sheathed into that gauntlet. Then there weren't really any reference pictures for the back of his for the back of his trench coat, so I decided to just paint some random designs on there, kind of similar to Star-Lord's, so I think that looks pretty cool. And then this arm has some dark gray bands going across it, and he's got a little buckle right here, or a little hook or whatever. And then right here, he's got like this little shoulder kind of strap, which has 3 gold darts painted on. I wanted to initially make them 3D, like actually glue on darts, but I didn't really have anything that thin, so I decided to scrap that idea because there isn't really any plastic material that is that thin for darts. Sorry about that, some just fell off my table. But then he also has just some other little designs painted onto the front right here, and he's got like a little buckle right there. So I'm going to cut away and remove the trench coat so you guys can see the torso and legs a little better. So I decided to rip off one of Yondu's arms and still keep the trench coat kind of on, so I don't have to like take it all the way off. But another little look at his trench coat is up at the top. He's got some dark brown painted onto these folded over parts, and then he also has some dark tan painted onto the back right there as kind of like the fur on it. So onto the actual torso, it was painted in this kind of like this dark brownish red color, because Yondu's color was definitely kind of a harder one to determine, but I painted it in that color, and then I painted some dark gray straps going all the way around it. It's just some just weird straps he had on there, like all of the Ravagers do. Then I have like a collar painted in dark red and outlined in black up at the top, and then he's got his white cloth up there. He's just got some buckles and other designs painted on here, and then that extends to his belt, which he has a gold belt buckle. Moving on to his legs, he's just got some dark red painted up at the top with some. He had like 8 of these gold lines painted on there. Oh, not painted on there, but they're on his actual costume. But I can't really fit 8 lines in that little spot and outline them in black. So I just decided to go with 3 because I thought that was a little better, and they look good with the black outline on it. Then he has that same dark brownish red color underneath that, and then which is kind of like his pants underneath that. And then he has some dark brown boots, which have the black separating them, so you guys can actually determine the color. And then he's got some like kind of gunmetal knee pads down here. And then he's got actually has some black designs on the top of his boots right there. And then he has some like on the feet right here. He's got some gunmetal outlined with black, and those actually extend all the way around to the back like so. So that is pretty much it for the close-up on Yondu. So let's go ahead and conclude this video. Alright guys, that is pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I really did like making Yondu because he was one of my favorite characters from Guardians. So it's definitely nice to see Michael Rooker play a big role in that movie because he's a really good actor, and I definitely enjoyed him in The Walking Dead. So it's nice to see him be in a big movie as a pretty good character that gets a lot of screen time. So other than Yondu, I am thinking about making some of the other Guardians. I have started on Rocket Raccoon just to give him a few updates on his legs, and then his fur color, I gotta change that. So I'm thinking about doing Drax and Gamora as well, and then I'm also thinking about making Groot, because now I have the supplies to make him, so it's just whether or not I can actually sculpt that well. So we'll see. So tell me what you guys think of Yondu in the comments section below, because I really do like hearing your guys' voices and opinions on my figures. Also, check out my Google+, my Flickr, and my Facebook page. I try to update those as much as possible. And yeah, so that is pretty much it. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.